Okay, so we're still on week 3. We talked about the ectoderm as one of the 3 germ layers that forms the nerves. So formation of the notochord and the neural tube, these develop into the nervous system. Imagine taking a piece of paper. So let's take a look here. Ectoderm on the outside, meso in the middle, endo in the middle, inside rather. Okay, ectoderm, okay, is yellow. Now I take a piece of paper and I fold it inwards, okay? So this is our transverse section. And we push it inwards like so. Eventually this just buds off and we get a neural tube and a notochord. That's going to form your spinal cord. So neurulation, formation of the neural tube, which will develop into your nervous system. The anamesoderm cells develops along the back of the embryonic disc and it forms the notochord. So mesoderm, there it is. There is my notochord right there. Nervous system develops from ectoderm that is located just above it, the yellow neural plate. Okay, again, watching videos really helps with this. Neural tube develops into the brain and spinal cord, okay? And the notochord develops into the vertebral column, okay? Coming from 2 different germ layers. Organogenesis just means the development of organs, and it occurs in the first 8 weeks. Now, if I look at this 10 millimeters, many women don't even know they're pregnant until, they miss the first period and the second one is coming up and going, what's up? I think I need to take a pregnancy test. So think about the implications of that. Essentially most of the organ development has occurred by then. So week 4, blood cells start to form, lungs, kidneys take shape, leg, bud, arms appear. You can see those here. Distinct head is visible. Okay, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Evidence of eyes, ears, nose. Week 5, the head enlarges, eyes open, brain starts developing more. But look at the size of it, 0.5 centimeter. Week 7, 8, size of a paper clip. Distinct human characters, 90% of organs have been formed by then. Look, there's my yolk sac, okay, right there. Umbilical cord, feet, eyes are open, ear, okay, and different parts of the forebrain. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, right there, developing. And external genitalia are forming. Remember, testes determining factor, or SRY, was in the 7th week, okay? SRY gene, we talked about that on the Y chromosome, determining male. Okay, and there it is, to get some perspective inside the uterus. Okay, so this is kind of nice because it shows by the time we transition from being an embryo to a fetus, virtually all the organs have formed. Okay, we still get development of the nervous system, well, arguably right up until your early 20s. Okay, you get eyes, teeth, palate, external genitalia, ears. Okay, and here's a few diagrams you can just look at that are in your textbook. Okay, extra embryonic membranes. Okay, again, these are in your textbook. You can look at these. We're going to go through the different parts of these. And these are the membranes outside of the embryo that support the embryo. And what we see here, there's my chorion, amniotic cavity, the allantois we want to look at, the developing placenta coming out of the chorion, membrane of the chorion, the yolk sac, the amnion containing the amniotic fluid, baby swims in, the endometrium. So amnion, this is a transparent sac enclosing the membrane filled with amniotic fluid, and it protects the embryo from trauma. So temperature fluctuations, freedom of movement, prevents limbs from sticking to the body. Okay, so baby's swimming around in that. It's his own protective bag. Chorion is the outermost membrane, encloses others, and it forms the placenta. Remember, human chorionic gonadotropin. It will gets released from here, okay, and it maintains the placenta. Yolk sac produces the first blood cells. In humans, there's no nutritive function like in, say, chickens, in birds, okay. And allantois forms the umbilical cord. So let's take a look here. We've got 4 extraembryonic membranes. This diagram goes through key one here in the placenta. Chorionic villi that extend from the embryo are in contact with pools of blood from the mother. Nutrients and oxygen pass by diffusion from maternal blood to the embryo and waste diffuse in the opposite direction. So let's take a look at the placenta. There it is. It's sometimes called the afterbirth. Okay. Chorionic villi extend into the uterine lining. Okay. So let's find here. Here's the villi. Okay, they're bedded into the uterine lining. Okay, there's the mother's portion of the placenta, but there's the fetal portion, the chorion portion of the placenta. Okay, so it's the interaction between mom and baby. Placenta is a disc-shaped organ rich in blood vessels. Blood systems of the mother and embryo are separate. Nutrients, oxygen diffuse from the mother's circulatory to the fetus, and waste leave the fetal circulation, enter the mother's for excretion. And does not filter out things like alcohol, nicotine, and drugs. We'll talk a bit about that later on. Umbilical cord, 60 centimeters long, about 2 centimeters in diameter, leads from the navel area of the fetus to the center of the placenta. You can see that here. Contains 2 arteries which contain oxygen-depleted blood from the fetus to the placenta. So the only other artery that has oxygen-depleted blood is your pulmonary artery. So this is important to know. Veins bring oxygen-rich blood to the fetus, just like the pulmonary vein brings oxygen-rich blood to your lungs. Umbilical vein is longer than the arteries, so it twists around like so. Okay, fetal development. Do this next lesson.